Welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful baby blanket. This is the Cozy Waves baby blanket. It's made with the 3D shell stitch pattern. In my channel, I have lots of tutorials using the same stitch pattern. I'll leave the links to all of these tutorials in the information box below. I will also leave the link to my Etsy shop if you prefer written pattern. Thank you so much for your support. Now, to make this baby blanket, you can use any yarn weight with any hook size. The important thing is the stitch multiple, which is multiples of 6 plus 1 for the 3D shell stitch. For my baby blanket, I used a total of 700 grams of medium number 4 yarn, and the finished measurement is about 35 inches by 35 inches. You can make your baby blanket smaller or bigger and use any hook size with any yarn weight. Okay, let's get started, but don't forget to subscribe and activate the notifications bell. Thank you so much for watching. To crochet this baby blanket, I'll be using this 5.5mm crochet hook. This is an eye hook, and I'll be using this medium number 4 yarn. You can also use any yarn with any hook size. The important thing is that you make your chain in multiples of 6 plus 1. To begin, I have 121 chains. Like I said, the stitch multiple is 6 plus 1 for this stitch. To begin, into the second chain from the hook, 1 and 2 right here, into the second chain, make a single crochet. Now skip 1 chain and into the next, make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the third chain, make a single crochet, chain 1. Skip 2 chains and into the third, make a shell. Chain 1, skip 2 chains and into the third chain, make a single crochet, chain 1, skip 2 chains and into the third, again make a shell. And this is all we're going to do for the rest of this first row. The important thing here is that every time you make your shell, so these 4 double crochets here, you chain 1, skip 2, and into the third chain, make a single crochet, and then chain 1, and then skip 2, and into the third, make your shell. And that's all. That's what it looks like here. So continue like this, finish this first row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this first row. I finished making my last shell. I have 1 chain here, and here at the bottom I have 3 chains. Into the last chain right here at the end, make a single crochet. And this is how I finished the first row with a total of 20 shells. Now for the second row, chain 3 and turn. Now for each one of the shells, this is what we're going to do. We have 4 double crochets. We're going to make 2 front post double crochets, chain 1, 2 front post double crochets. Again, we have the second shell, same thing, 2 front post double crochets, chain 1, 2 front post double crochets. And this is all we're going to do for this second row. Continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this second row. In this row we did front post double crochets. Here at the end to finish, we're going to finish by making a double crochet on top of this last single crochet. And here's the second row. Now for the third row, chain 1 and turn. On top of this first double crochet here, make a single crochet, chain 1. Inside each one of the shells where we have the chain 1 space, we're going to make shells. Chain 1 in the middle of these 2 shells right in this space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and then again into the next shell, make a shell. Chain 1 in the middle of these two shells, make a single crochet, chain 1, and into the chain space of the next shell, make a shell. And this is all we're going to do for the rest of this third row. From here on, these are the 2 rows that we're going to repeat, the row of front post double crochets and the row of shells. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this third row. I'm here at the end of this third row. I have my last shell, and then I have 1 chain. Here at the end, to finish this row, we're always going to make a single crochet into the second chain. So right there. And here's the third row. Now, like I said, from here on, we're going to repeat these 2 rows. So for row 4, I need to do the row of front post double crochets. So chain 3 and turn. Here we have the first shell into the first 2 double crochets. Make a front post double crochet on each one. Chain 1, and then finish with 2 front post double crochets. Again, we have the second shell, make 2 front post double crochets, chain 1, 2 front post double crochets. And that's all we're going to do for the rest of this row. Now, to finish this row, here at the end, on top of this last single crochet, you're going to make a double crochet, then you're going to chain 1, turn, and then repeat this row of shells. This is how we're going to continue for the rest of this baby blanket, just repeating these 2 rows. Now, I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do for my blanket, but continue watching. I'll let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to do, so I will meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I have done a total of 65 rows here for my blanket. I'm here at this corner. My last row here was row 65, and I did it on the right side. As it is, my blanket is measuring 32 inches by 32 inches. If you have not started your blanket and you want to make it bigger, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that the multiple is 6 plus 1. So if you want to make your blanket bigger, then you need to add more chains. As it is, this blanket is not going to be too big. It's going to be a standard size, I say, but I'm going to make a wider border so that the blanket itself is bigger. So here, to begin, this is going to be the first row here of the border. So here at the end, I have my last single crochet where I finished row 65. So I'm going to now chain 1, and into this single crochet here, I'm going to make a single crochet. Now, one thing I forgot to mention before we continue, make sure that when you do this border, the same number of single crochets that you do here on this side, you're going to have here on this other side. And the same thing for the top and the bottom. You don't necessarily have to have the same number of stitches all around. For example, if you have 30 on this side, you're going to do 30 on this side and then 30 at the top and 30 at the bottom. No, the important thing is that you have, for example, 40 stitches here for the top, 40 stitches for the bottom, 50 stitches for the sides, 50 stitches for this other side. That's the important thing, so you can easily apply this border to any baby blanket. So here, to begin, this is the first row. So into this first stitch here, I did a chain 1 and then a single crochet, and then I have this chain space, and then again I have the single crochet. Into this chain space, make 2 single crochets, and into the single crochet here, make 1. So 2, 1, 2, 1, and so on. Continue like this all the way to the bottom here. I will meet you right here. This is going to be the first corner to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these single crochets along this side. I have a total of 97 single crochets. Now, for each one of the corners, for me, this is the corner here. This is a chain here at the very end. So into this chain space here, I'm going to make 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have these 2 chains, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and so on. So into these chain 2 space here, we're going to make 2 single crochets. Then into the chain here where we have the shell, make 1 single crochet. Then again, 2 single crochets, and then 1, then 2, and then 1. This is how we're going to continue here along the bottom. So continue up to this end here. I will meet you right here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the second corner. I finished making these single crochet for the bottom side. I have a total of 118 single crochets. So here is the next stitch here. This is a corner. So into this last stitch, I'm going to make 4 single crochets. That's 2, 3, and 4. Now here for this side, I'm going to make the same number of single crochets that I did on the other side. So here we have this single crochet, make a single crochet. Then we have a double crochet here, make 2 single crochets. Then 1, then 2. Then 1, and then 2, and so on. This is how you're going to continue 2, 1, 2, 1 until you come here to the third corner. I will meet you right here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these single crochets along this side. I have 97 single crochets. Now we have this single crochet right on top here of the last row that I did, row 65. So into this single crochet right here, I'm going to make my 4 single crochets. So this is going to be the third corner. That's 3 and 4. Now we're going to continue along the top and we're going to make 1 single crochet for each one of these 4 double crochets, and right in the middle between the shells here we have a chain 1 space. So we're going to make a single crochet here and a single crochet here. On top of the single crochet we're not going to do anything. So let me show you. Here we have these 4 double crochets, so make 1 single crochet on each one. That's 2, 3, 4. Now we have the chain 1 space, make a single crochet, skip the single crochet right here and into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet. Again we have the next shell, make 1 single crochet on top of each one of these double crochet. That's 3, 4, and then again we have the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet, skip the single crochet, and into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet. This is how we're going to continue here all the way to the end of this first row. I will meet you right here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these single crochets along the top. Here I have a total of 118 single crochets. Now here's my last stitch. This here is going to be the 4th corner. So into this stitch here I'm going to make my 4 single crochets. That's 2, 3, 4. Now to finish this row, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And here's the first row. Now just to review, we have a total of 118 single crochets for the top and bottom, and for the sides we have 97 single crochets, and on each corner we have 4 single crochets. Now for the second row here we're going to chain 2, and into this same stitch here where we joined, make a double crochet. Here all I'm going to do is I'm going to make 1 double crochet for each single crochet. So I'm going to have the same number of double crochets as I did for single crochets. So for this side here I had 97, so I'm going to have 97 double crochets for this side. So continue, I will meet you here. This is the first corner. I'll show you what we need to do next. I finished making these double crochets along the side. I have 97 double crochets. Now I have the first corner, I have 4 single crochets. This is what we're going to do for each one of the corners. Into the first single crochet, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Into the second and third single crochet, make 4. That's 4, and into the next, same thing, 4 double crochets. That's 2, 3, 4. Now into the 4th single crochet, make 3. And this is what you're going to do for each one of the corners. Now make sure that you have 14 double crochets. Like I said, you're going to do 3 double crochets into the first single crochet, 4 double crochets into the second and third single crochet, and into the fourth 3 double crochet. So there's 14 double crochets here for this corner. Now you're going to continue along and make 1 double crochet for each one of these single crochets until you come to the next corner, where you're going to do exactly the same thing as I showed you. I'm not going to show you that part because it's exactly in the same way. You're just going to repeat the same thing I did here. 3, 4, 4, 3 double crochets on each one of these 4. Continue like this. I will meet you at the end of this second row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. This is where we did double crochets all around. Now I have a total of 486 double crochets all around, not including the 2 chains here at the beginning. Now on each one of the corners there should be 14 double crochets. Now to finish this row, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here on top of the first double crochet, and here I'm going to change color. I'm going to use this pink yarn. If you're not changing color, then all you need to do is with the white yarn just make a slip stitch and chain 1. But since I'm changing color here, I'm going to undo that slip stitch and I'm going to insert my hook back again on top of the first double crochet, and I'm going to grab a loop with both colors here like this, and I'm going to make my slip stitch. Now leave the white yarn there because in the next row we're going to continue with the white yarn. So now for this third row with the pink yarn, I'm going to chain 1. Now in this third row, all we're going to do is work front post and back post double crochet. So beginning here, we have the first double crochet, make a front post double crochet. Into the next, make a back post double crochet. Into the next front post double crochet, and so on. This is all I'm going to do all around. When you come to the corners, you're just going to continue in the same way. You're going to make front post and back post double crochet. So nothing is going to be different here in the corners. Each stitch is going to be worked in the same sequence, front post and back post double crochets. That's how you're going to continue all around for the third row. So continue. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this third row. This is where we did front post and back post double crochets. My last stitch here is a back post double crochet. Now to finish here, I'm going to go on top of the first double crochet and I'm going to join with both colors. Here I'm going to grab a loop with a slip stitch. Now I'm going to stop using the pink yarn, and with the white yarn I'm going to continue here. So chain 1. And here we're going to do exactly the same thing we did in the first row. We're going to work these front post and back post double crochets all around. This is all we're going to do from here on. So let me show you what you're going to do. So at the end of every row from here on, you're just going to join to the beginning with a slip stitch, then chain 1, and then do exactly the same thing. A front post double crochet, then a back post double crochet, front post double crochet, and back post double crochet. From here on, I'm going to continue with the white yarn here. I'm only going to do the third row with the pink yarn. So this is all I'm going to do. You can also alternate colors, do one row in one color and then the next in another color. That would be up to you. I'm only going to do the third row in pink and then continue for the rest with white. So this is all I'm going to do all around. When I finish this row, I'm just going to go on top of the first stitch here. This is the front post double crochet, chain 1, and then repeat the same thing. I'm going to continue with the white yarn like I said, so there's no need to join with the pink yarn. I'm going to cut my yarn actually here. So that's all we're going to do. So continue like this. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue watching. I will let you know how many rows I'm going to do, so I will meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I finished making my border. I'm going to make one more row, but for now, I have done a total of 7 rows, including the row of single crochet. So we have the row of single crochet, that's 1. Then we did the row of double crochets, and then we did the front post and back post double crochet row. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one more row here, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this over. This is the wrong side. So here, what we're going to do is, here's where we finished. Right here, this is the double crochet where we joined with a slip stitch. So right into this first space, right next to it, insert your hook, grab a loop here. I'm going to use this pink yarn, and I'm going to be using a slightly smaller hook. I'm going to use this 4.5mm hook, and I'm going to chain 3. Now skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, and into the third space, not the stitches here on top, but between the 2 stitches here, right in this space here, make a single crochet, 3 chain, single crochet. Again, 3 chains, skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, and into the third space, make a single crochet, 3 chains, single crochet. Again, 3 chains, skip 1, 2, and into the third space here, make a single crochet, 3 chains, single crochet. This is all I'm going to do all around. This is what it looks like on the right side. So continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this last row and then show you the finished baby blanket. Okay, I'm here at the end. Here at the end, all I did was into this last space, I did a single crochet, 3 chains, single crochet, and then I just joined to the first chain that we did here with a slip stitch, and then cut my yarn, pass my yarn through that last loop. And my baby blanket with border is all done. This is the right side. Here's the wrong side. That's what it looks like from the wrong side. It's beautiful as well. And here's the finished baby blanket. Now, I already went ahead and did one of the corners. This is what I did. Look how beautiful this looks, and it's so simple. I just did a little bow here with another little bow here in the back with a thinner ribbon, and then a little flower right in the center. These flowers, I always get asked. I purchased them from Joann's. Now, my baby blanket is done with the border. Look how beautiful this stitch is. I absolutely love this stitch. I have lots and lots of tutorials already with this stitch, so I'll go ahead and leave those links down here in the information box if you want to complete your set. I will also be doing a little sweater with this stitch to match the little blanket, so stay tuned for that. So these are the corners. That's what it looks like. Here's the other one. I absolutely love this border. It's so simple and very easy to make. Okay, so let me give you the finished measurement. Now, the finished measurement of my baby blanket is 35 inches by 35, or 89 centimeters by 89 centimeters. If you want to make your blanket bigger, then the stitch multiple is 6 plus 1. All you have to do is just add more chains to the chain that I showed you at the beginning. I had 121 chains, so you could add more. That would be up to you. And you just do it exactly in the same way. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.